Hello everybody. Today let us see standard deviation. In standard deviation is a measure of deviation. It is defined as the square root of mean of the squares of deviations from the mean. It is represented by SD, or it is also represented by the letter sigma. Here, here is the formula of standard deviation. SD is equal to square root of summation of x minus x bar bracket square divided by n. Here, SD means standard deviation, x bar means mean, x is equal to value of an observation, n is equal to number of items, and this sign denotes the sum. In standard deviation, there are some also merits and demerits. Let us see merits of standard deviation. Standard deviation is rigidly defined. All the values are considered for calculation. Squaring makes the negative sign into positive sign. It is less affected by sampling. It is used for further calculation. So there are so many merits of standard deviation, and that's why it is used for further scientific calculations. Let us see demerits. Number 1, calculation is complex, and number 2, it is affected by the value of each item. Then let us see, here is one problem given and we have to draw the standard deviation. Calculate standard deviation for the following data. Here are some values at about here are some values. Altogether 10 values are given here. First we have to calculate the mean, because as we have seen in the formula of standard deviation, mean is given here. We have x means our values that we have already given here. Okay, we know how many number of values are there. After that, so we have to know the x bar, and after that we can calculate the standard deviation like this. So here the formula for mean, x bar is equal to summation of x upon n, and the sum of all these total values is 70, and the number of items are 10. So here 70 divided by 10 we will get 7. So x bar is equal to 7. X bar means mean, so 7 is our mean. Okay, look at here. Here we have put x value in one column, then x minus x bar in another column, and x minus x bar bracket square. So by doing this we will get summation of x minus x bar bracket square like this. So here we have to just put this value here. Here values of x are given here, then x minus x bar. So x bar means mean. What is our mean? 7. X bar is equal to 7. So 7 is our mean. So we have to subtract 7 from 8 like this. So 8, x means our 8. 8 minus 7 we will get 1. 6 minus 7 we will get minus 1. So like this all values came here. After that x minus x bar bracket square. So we have already got our x minus x bar. We just have to do square of these values. So square of 1 is equal to 1, and like this all values are obtained. Here we have to make a summation of x. So summation of x is equal to 70, and summation of x minus x bar bracket square is equal to 18. So this is our x minus x bar bracket square. So we are ready to put all the values in the formula. As we know, the formula is standard deviation is equal to square root of summation of x minus x bar bracket square divided by n. So what is our summation of x minus x bar bracket square. So here we have got summation of x minus x bar bracket square, that is 18. So we have to put the value 18 and total number of atoms 10. Then we will get the value 1.8 here. So SD is equal to 1.3. So how we have to calculate the square root of 1.8, and after calculating the square root of 1.8 we will get the value 1.3. So what is our okay, here according to this we will get this answer like this. No need of any sign here. Then let us see about the variance. The square of the standard deviation is called variance. So in our chapter measures of dispersion, we have seen about the first type, range. That was very simple, but what was the drawback of range? Range doesn't consider all the values, so we could not use for further scientific calculation. Then after that we have seen about the mean deviation. So the main drawback of mean deviation is we have to ignore the negative sign. Negative sign could not be removed from that formula. After that just we have seen about the standard deviation. So standard deviation is commonly used, well accepted. It is little bit complex or complicated to calculate, but it covers all the values. That's why it's so useful and statistically, scientifically accepted. And we have to see all these things by one, because when we first we have seen in the initial stage we have seen central tendency. In that central tendency, first measure of central tendency was mean. It is also called as arithmetic mean, and we know and we have seen how to calculate the mean. What is the formula to calculate the mean? So x bar is the sign of mean. X bar is equal to summation of x upon n. So like this, in case of mean deviation, in case of standard deviation, and in case of variance also. So first we have to know the mean of that observations, and after that we can we can able to calculate the remaining calculations. So like this means to calculate the standard deviation we first have to know the mean, and after that we can go forward to calculate the by using the standard deviation formula. And after that when we talk about the variance, so to calculate the variance we first have to know the standard deviation, and after that we are able to calculate the variance. So the square of the standard deviation is called variance. So how look at this, how it is simple. So variance is equal to SD square. Means to know the variance we just have to square the standard deviation like this, and it is abbreviated as V, capital V. It means a measure of dispersion. Standard deviation can be calculated from variance. Suppose like this, vice versa. To know the variance we have to square the standard deviation. Likewise, if we have given variance, so from that variance value we can calculate the standard deviation also. So look at here, V is equal to SD square, or SD is equal to square root of V, like this. And let us see after that coefficient of variance. So here coefficient of variance is the standard deviation expressed as a percentage of the mean. And the formula is coefficient of variance is equal to SD divided by x bar multiplied by 100. Because it is expressed in percentage, so we have to multiply it by 100. It is denoted by CV. CV means coefficient of variance. This method was developed by Pearson. The result is given in percentage. It is a relative measure of dispersion. It is used to compare two or more data given in a different units. Then look at here. This is the problem based on the coefficient of variance. Let's first read the problem. The following table shows the mean and standard deviation of the length and weight of 20 pods. Find out the coefficient of variance for length and weight. Indicate whether length or weight is more variable. Here length and weight of pod is given, then mean is also given here, and this is the SD also given here. So we have to simply calculate the coefficient of variance. So this is the coefficient of variance for length. Here is the formula SD divided by x bar multiplied by 100. Here what is our SD in case of length? So SD is 2 and the mean is 8 here. Okay, and we should have to multiply this value by number 100. So then the answer will be 25%. So coefficient of variance for length is 25%. Then coefficient of variance for weight. This same formula will be applied here, and the value for SD in case of weight is here. Value for SD in case of weight is 3 and value of mean is 16. So here 3 divided by 16 multiplied by 100 like this, and we will get the answer 18.8%. So look at these both values, 25% in case of length and 18.8% in case of weight. So after that we have to draw the inference here. The coefficient of variance of length 25% is greater than coefficient of variance for weight, that is 18.8%. Therefore, the length is more variable and less uniform. The weight is less variable and more uniform. This is the inference we can draw from the given data. So this is all about the chapter measure of dispersion, and in that let us revise all that. We have seen about the range, then mean deviation, after that standard deviation, and after that variance. So all these things used to measure the dispersion of variable in the state of observation. So this is all about chapter number 5, measure of dispersion. Thank you.